Hello, this is Dumont, and this video is dedicated to my sister's boyfriend. The last time I was up in New York visiting them, we got talking about toys and stuff, and it turns out that as a kid, one of his favorite toys was G.I. Joe, just like it was for me as well. I had a lot of toys that I liked, but G.I. Joe was definitely up there. And so we got talking about, the G.I. Joes and stuff like that. Which ones did you have? Which ones were your favorite and stuff? And one of his favorite figures is Stormshadow. So Christmas time comes around, and I actually sent him a Stormshadow figure. It's the one that you see on the right side, the one with the sort of like the Cobra emblem for his mask on there. The one with the white with the red, basically. That's the one that I sent him, and he ordered some G.I. Joe figures since then, and he was really excited about it and sent me some really good pictures. So the pictures that you're going to see in this video come from him. They're really awesome. So anyway, let me start talking about the figures. The one that you see on the left right there is, to me, a modern interpretation of Stormshadow. This was, I think, like, the image that I have was when he was up in the snow, up in the mountains, running or fighting with Snake Eyes. He was running away from Snake Eyes or whatever. And so that's why he has, like, the ropes going along across of his torso. He's carrying these mountain climbing ropes. And his camo is very modern looking. You could see the it almost reminds me of like this NATO type, Arctic soldier type, something like that. Those European soldiers of modern warfare, something what they would wear, and it's just so amazing because he is a ninja, and how they made a ninja wearing white, so cool. It's almost like someone dared someone in Hasbro saying, can you come up with a character that's a white ninja and still make him awesome? And they did. They're like, it makes sense. He's going to be in the snow, therefore he's going to be wearing white. And he became one of the coolest ninjas, I think, ninja characters ever made. And look at his crossbow. It's very modernized. It has sights on there. It just looks very good. The highlight, I think, is the claws of his weapons. Those claws are really cool. At the time, I remember I was really into Wolverine. That was back when Wolverine's original his comics just came out. So I was pretty much real excited about that. He has a really bulky red backpack, which, once again, it looks like it has a tent or something inside there. Like I said, he's mountain climbing or whatever, so it looks like one of those big old bulky backpacks I'm not a big fan of. It is cool that he comes with a ninja sword, but the red color always kind of threw me off. The red backpack with the red, everything else seems good. Like he's ready to camouflage, but the red, I was kind of like, that's kind of weird looking. But then again, you could say that that's a blood sword. It's like a cursed sword that it just wants to cut people. So that's kind of cool if you think of it that way. I really like the hood over the mask and stuff. This was probably one of my most favorite Stormshadow figures that I've had as a kid. I don't think I have him anymore, but I remember playing with this one a lot. Just the way the figure looks, he looks really good. You don't even have to include his weapons. In fact, I actually prefer to give him other weapons. I would attach the old original Stormshadow's backpack onto him and stuff like that. So anyway, the Stormshadow, the one that I got for him, the one that you see on the right side, to me is it's a Stormshadow that comes after this one. Okay, this is the one that I just reviewed, is pretty much the Stormshadow that was fighting against Snake Eyes, and he was still new in Cobra. He was there to infiltrate or whatever. So it was still a Storm Shadow that was kind of new to all this, to the G.I. Joe scene. Whereas to the Storm Shadow that you see on the right side, to me, is a veteran. He's been in there for a very long time, and he's pretty much been like a trainer, you know, training the Cobra troops, teaching them martial arts and stuff. And by doing that, he has encountered other expert martial artists, and he has cross-trained with them. You know, therefore, the Storm Shadow you see is very, very kung fu-ish looking. His shoes are kung fu shoes. Even the way his pants come down at the ankles and tie up, that's a very Bruce Lee-like outfit for the pants. I do like the Asian dragon that wraps around like his legs and stuff. And you can't see it here, but on his back, he has a really, really cool silver dragon displayed on his back. So that was one of the things that I really liked about this figure. And of course, he has the Cobra logo on his mask, which makes him different from the other Storm Shadows you've seen, and it looks really, really cool. The weapons that he's holding, very unique looking. These are hook swords, and they are pretty much you know, one of the weapons they train in Northern style Kung Fu. But now it's not just Northern style, just many styles of Kung Fu train using hook swords. So he has double hook swords, which is a total Kung Fu thing. It's not a ninja thing. So it kind of tells me that this guy has evolved. You know, he didn't just stick with ninjutsu. He has studied other martial arts and stuff, you know. So that's very, very cool. To me, this is a very experienced, intelligent Storm Shadow. His backpack is a lot more sleeker. I do like it. It has areas like handle-looking areas, so I do like that a lot. The hook swords, you know, they're not necessarily the type of weapons that I would personally like to choose, but, you know, it's still cool anyway. So I think the cool thing is both of them look very, very different from each other, and they reflect different time periods of the same guy, you know, different time periods in his life. Either way, Storm Shadow is a very interesting character. His name in Japanese is Arashikage. The pronunciation is Arashikage, and it literally means Storm Shadow. He comes from that. I believe that's like his last name, if I'm not mistaken. But very, very cool character. Very awesome toy.